Hey, greetings everyone. It's GleeCon, and I'm here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. On our last playthrough episode, we continued our walkthrough of the Elwynn Forest. We had our first deaths. We cleared some mines, died to some elite kobolds because they stink. And we're getting ourselves pretty close to finishing up Elwynn, so stay a while and listen as we jump in with that. I'm going to skip the reading today. We do have the second half of the Miscipinaria art to do, but it was work day, so a little behind on that, and on scanning in the new book that came. I started the scan process, but it's time consuming, and I had a busy day, so I will get on that when I can. So where are we at here? We have the last little bit to cover up that'll take us to Hogger, and then we have the further concerns and all that out there. So let's start hoofing it out that way. I did start doing the spreadsheet for the professions, and there will be the supplying the front and gearing Redbridge and everything, which we will need the ore for that. But I realized, because I was like, why is that not appearing? That's an Ironforge quest. So it will be a little bit of time before we'll just be stockpiling our stuff until then, which is okay. If you look at what we need, this first one for that is called supplying the front. So if we just look at that quest, just to help us, I know we're going to need, we already looked at this last time. Yeah, we need 6 axes and 6 belts. I don't think we can even build belts yet. So all of our points are going to go into doing these axes. We need 36 copper bar, and we need 12 linen cloth for that, as well as it looks like 6 weak fluff. So we have our work cut out for our money cut out for us there. One thing as we walk here that I can talk about is I'm working on the campaign, the D&D campaign. I've almost finished all of North Shore Valley. I've got almost 30 pages written so far. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to make it as close to like a real production as possible. And then I'm starting to plan what I'll need for my next session, because I'll be playtesting the next batch on Friday. So my actual play group should finish North Shore Valley and move their way up to Goldshire. So I was trying to think about what would be a fun way to make the Goldshire campaign, or the Elwynn Forest part, into a level 2 to 3, a level 2 that culminates in leveling up in level 3 as an experience, because again, you can't really just say, okay, do this, now go kill X number of things, now go get X number of fronds. Like, that doesn't translate. It's not fun. You need a story. You need a mystery to follow. So my thinking was, I have the characters go to Goldshire. They explore there. Then they're basically in the overall conceit of the campaign is that the Defius, they don't know, they're just being exposed to the Defius, and they don't know that the Defius are behind all of the bad things that are happening in the area. They've started to see a connection between the kobolds, and they'll grow that connection out here in some of the bad things that's going on out in the farms. The campaign for the Defius to forcefully seize farmlands, and also do so kind of legally with stealing and forced sale of deeds. So I'm going to have them go right into fighting Princess, but I'm going to make it to where Princess and her entourage of wild boars is like tearing up this farm. But I thought about adding a D&D twist that it's going to turn out that Princess is actually a were-boar, and the girl, the Maybelle character, she is actually Princess. And after you beat her, she turns back, and rather than needing a love potion, an invisibility potion so she can sneak off with her boyfriend, she'll need a cure. And that's what will help. That's what will send you to the apothecary, who wants you to go collect some of the materials from the lakes. Not from this lake, though, but from the further lake over here. to tie you into the Murlocs that way, so that you have some time fighting
Light
Murlocs.
be with you.
Further concerns?
Yes, Murlocs have settled in and around the streams of eastern Elwynn. We don't know why they are here, but they are aggressive and at least semi-intelligent. A few days ago, we sent 2 guards, Rolf and Malachi, to investigate along the river, and they have not yet returned. To complete my report, I must know what happened to those men. Travel north along the river and find the guards, or their remains.
All right,
Hail,
so
adventurer. Wild animals are growing more and more aggressive the farther we get from Goldshear, and the Eastvale logging camp suffers nearly constant attacks from wolves and bears. We could use your help out here.
all right, so we just turned in further concerns. So that is this guy. And we also just picked up Find the Lost Guards and Protect the Frontier. So let's kind of see what we have over here. Boom. So we have Find the Lost Guards. And then Protect the Frontier. So as you can see from our list there, we're getting quite close to finishing. Let's spread a few more out. So we just picked up those 2. All right, and before we go and actually do those, let's go pick up the other quests so we can really get a nice little quest loop going of red linen goods and a bundle of trouble. So one of these I think will also give us the, actually red linen goods is that quest. Now I think that one wants us to jog back and forth. It's kind of annoying. But whatever. I think it's, I can't remember what it goes, but if you want to do tailoring, I believe there's a tailoring
The
trigger.
Defias gang in Northshire wears burlap masks, but the Defias in Elwynn wear linen, which I can use to make fine linen goods. Bring me red linen bandanas, and I'll use them to fashion something for you. Defias gang members have camps pocketed throughout Elwynn.
Alright, so she wants the red linen goods, and then here's a journeyman tailor. You wanted to get a tailoring trainer, and you haven't been to Stormwind yet. Yeah, that's another option. And then out here you actually have the logging camp, and we'll get a bundle of trouble. So red linen goods and a bundle of trouble, we're also picking those up.
I've got a real problem on my hands. I have a deadline looming for an order of lumber, and I'm running out of time. The wolves and bears north of here have chased my workers away from the bundles of wood that they've already chopped. I've already talked to Deputy Rayner about clearing the animals, but I need someone to go collect the wood for me. If you could collect 8 bundles of wood for me, I might just make my deadline.
So red linen goods and bundle of trouble. And guess what? You talked to him, but he just put that on us too. So that's cool. All right, so we just picked up 4 quests, and let's get to it. Now, there is a little bit we can explore, like, within the actual farm. There's a dude over there that's a lumberjack. I believe he just sells simple wood.
King's honor, friend.
In the general and trade supplies, there's a recipe for blue linen robe, if you are a tailor. So this is a kind of a little mini tailoring hub. You have a bower who can repair and sell you ammo. This is, I believe, a place that you could get horses once you get exalted in the...
Need help?
I can teach you the finer
Yeah,
points
see, he
of
can
horse
teach you how to
provided
ride.
You have enough gold to
If
cover
you're
the
a
lesson.
human, and you end up getting the high enough rep and the gold. And then, yeah, this lumberjack
Good day to you.
just sells wood.
you
I
around.
guess if you wanted campfire, or you wanted to be able to make wands or something, I don't know. So just so you know, that's what we got out there. So let's get what we need, and on the way, let's also get the... let's look for the wood. Now the wood is these tiny. They're actually tiny little dark. There's a. Someone's attacking me. Yeah. A prowler. Okay, but there are also tiny little tiny piles of wood. Oh, this thing's strong. I guess it is a level 10. I could stun it, but I wanted to save that. Anyone need to discover Rolf's fate? Well, kind of, yeah. So now already, as we fight these level 10s, it's starting to step up to where we're gonna need Well, we needed the Prowler. We're going to need to heal in between each fight. Alright, so I'm looking for these tiny wood piles. Oh, those Prowlers are tough enough that there's one. See, they're deceptively small. Oh. Okay, go ahead and fight some more of these guys. Yeah, I guess as strong as these things are, I will stay using my Oil of Olaf. I felt like, oh, that's another thing. That's our swords were. I forgot they were still leveling. Okay, so we now are working as though we were level 8, and we are level 9, so we're getting close. Okay, so we need 8 of those bundles of wood, and again, they're kind of tiny. There's one right there, but we're gonna have to fight this guy for it. Alright, so we are just bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. And my hope is, I don't know that we'll actually finish the whole zone. It's going to really depend on how good we do, how fast we do out here. Well, they wanted to help out, but we were too fast with our sword. Now we're full 8, so now we're actually currently going to be leveling up the level 9. It's hard to see at night, especially, what these piles look like. But that's not our only mission. We're out here collecting a bunch of things. There's a cow. A cow, you say? Yes. Okay, so now we've discovered Stone Cairn Lake. Stone Cairn Lake is a place where we could get these bandanas. However, if you get them from... They resisted. From the rogues, they're level 9 to 10 wizards. They do have a decent drop rate, but the problem with those, there's another piece of wood right there, and a Murloc. We can fight this Murloc. The problem with the wizards out there is, I believe they drop something. They can be used, I'm not sure exactly what. See, he wanted to use a potion, so I stunned him. We don't really want... There's more wood over there. We don't really want to mess with the Murlocs too much. There's actually no reward for killing Murlocs in this area. So you really are only killing them based on need. If you go up to the north here, there are a pretty sizable amount of prowlers, but they're... Oh, I didn't look at that guy. He was literally like blending in. Oh, that's a deer. It's a deer. It's coming right for me. Ah. You know, you got the true classic jitters when you start running from deer. Alright, let's see. There's more Murloc. There's some more wood. We can swim. Once we get to a non-Murloc spot, we can make a little swim over. There's another wood right there. We're just collecting wood. You know, don't mind us. That little Murloc forager might be a jerk. Okay, so this is about as far north as the wood goes. Do we want to try to swim over? It looks pretty spooky. The scariest part about this endeavor of swimming across is the fact that I'm wearing full metal armor. Alright, so here's a little wizard. So we've got... Fighting this rogue wizard. I stunned it, but really I probably shouldn't have stunned on a frostbolt, because what if it would have ran? There we go, I got one of my 6 bandanas already. Okay, so I'm gonna just wait a minute. Yeah. The Brotherhood will not tolerate your actions. You suck. I guess my running is not going to be very good because I'm getting hit by the frostbolt. Yeah, I guess I probably shouldn't have wasted my... Oh, it's swinging so slow. See, the drop rate on these bandanas is pretty good. I think I saw it, but I don't want to go running right up in the middle because Oh, you can have 2 seals on yourself at once? Oh yeah, because usually though ooh, that was a nice hit. I might hit slow, but I do hit hard. I could have killed him and not taken that, but let's go ahead and heal. 1 minute of my oil of Olaf left. Unacceptable. There's more copper. It's called Hero's Vigil. There is like a little stone you can read in there. In the middle. I kind of want to do it for the sake of our RP experience here. But I don't want to risk my life too much. I probably I don't know why I just freaked out and stunned. I was like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Yeah. Oh, you little jerk. I'm not gonna reapply. I would rather save the mana. It's like 100% drop rate doing it this way. I don't want to. Just want to read that big stone. Oh, I didn't even see you. Not cool, bro. This is how deadly things happen. You walk right up on someone. You're just innocent. Read it from here. That is attack. No. Now there's 2 attacking me. Now there's 3 attacking me. Oh my gosh, bubbling. Bubble and run. Oh my goodness. I did not want that to go down that way. Oh no. Should I pull a potion out? Maybe. Ah! They're everywhere. Okay. Don't worry, it's all good. Everything's fine. Give me this copper. We need all the copper we can get. That little dude's gonna attack us. I can see him getting all... Oh, he didn't come to me. The Brotherhood's not gonna attack. I can't tolerate my actions. They don't like people. Well, I wanted to read that middle thing. It might be too risky to read, though. Because, see, we were, like, so close to it. I can't do it. I'm scared. We will get an opportunity to read it later. This is a nice place to get these little bandanas, as you saw. Like, our drop rate has been, like, 100%. Get him. Aw, as soon as I said that, I jinxed myself. Let's get this guy. Okay, I don't know. That one might come up on us, too. Okay. Alright, so far so good. Ow. Okay, we got what we need. Can I read this?
I need to get closer.
Yeah. See, it says this monument is dedicated to all those who have fallen in the protection of Stormwind. Our people have weathered unbelievable hardships to retain their freedoms and control their own destinies. It is here we remember every sacrifice our citizens have made during the First War, whoops, that riddled our people. So that's a Warcraft 1, like, homage there. But there's really nothing else I don't remember. I feel like possibly something wants you to go out to this little thing. But really, I think the only reason you might want to go is that it's the best drop rate for those masks, because I think we're already done. Now, we do need to still kill prowlers, so you can hit the prowlers up. We do still need bundles of wood. I don't think you can get the bundles of wood on this side. That's a Riverpaw run. So if for some reason you wanted to kill, I can't remember, but this is more knoll killing. Maybe if you didn't want to kill these guys around Hogger's area, you could come fight the gnolls up here. Let's drink another oil of Olaf. Stay tough. So there's another outrunner. I'm gonna kill this one just to see, like, was there a reason why we came out here? Okay, so I mean, but we're doing pretty good. We do need to fight some stupid bears. And we still have half our prowlers left to kill. And we have to get the dead body. We gotta fight our way in there, but there's our bears. But as we saw, there's a bunch of prowlers up there, but there were plenty of prowlers right around there too. There's no need to go up to the far side of the lake. Maybe it's just that the mobs are higher level or something. I don't know why, but sometimes I felt like I liked going up to that side, but I don't know if it was when I was farming for something. I truly can't remember why I sometimes like to go up to that side of the lake. Maybe if... Ooh, I'm having a little sciatic. Is that a prowler? No, those are gray forest wolves, so this is an easier... There's a bear, though. We do need those. Okay, so I don't want to fight him at the same time. Oh, look, this is pretty cleared, though. Let's get this half-eaten body for Find the Lost Guards. So this will allow us to complete Find the Lost Guards. Although much has been stripped from the corpse, strewn nearby is a medallion with the words Footman Malachi Stone etched upon it. Upon further searching the area, you find webbed footprints leading east along the shore of Stone Cairn Lake. In the distance to the east, you can just barely make a Murloc village. Perhaps Rolf's fate ended there. So we did Find the Lost Guards, and then we did Discover Rolf's fate. So Find the Lost Guards, and then Discover Rolf's fate will be what we do next. Okay. Meanwhile, let's get these guys. We only, what do we need? 5 bears? That's not it. I guess they're acting like the bears are stronger than the wolves, but I don't know if I think that's true. Those are just gray forest wolves. Alright, so we need a total of 8 more little mobs. 4 of each. 4 bears, 4 prowlers. But not... Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just felt like prowlers were... And then... Oops. Yeah, Rolf's fate is on the other side of the river. Kind of where we were before. Splish splash. I was taking a bath. Alright, we still need some wood, too. We still need 2 bundles of wood. Look, there's a prowler. Let's go get him. So it's looking like we will probably be hunting the wolves. I mean, the bears. Longer than we're hunting anything else. Okay, got a prowler going. And... I mean, from a lore perspective, all we're doing is fighting this. So yeah, so like I was talking about, trying to make a story out of this. So in my story, I was saying, okay, so we go, and maybe to add the D&D element, I make it to where Princess is a wereboar, and that opens up this need to cure her instead of the love potion. I feel like that's more fun from a D&D perspective. So then that sends you to the Murlocs, and then when you're getting the Murlocs, then you find... the bodies of these guards, which then in turn allows you to go talk to these guys who either want you to kill more Murlocs, but they also maybe are sending you out to fight the bears and the prowlers. Okay, so we have all the wood that we need. Just need 3 prowlers, 4 bears. And we've got to go up here and get... There's Rolf's body right there. His corpse is just a blah. Luckily, it looks like someone was there recently, so... I feel like that Murloc's probably, as I said, he's probably coming on us. Coming upon us. Don't be inappropriate. I'm ashamed of you. He's coming up on us. And he did so. I was right. He's foraging for me. Okay, you find around the neck of the corpse a metal medallion inscribed with the words Footman Rolf Hartford. Now that you have both medallions, deliver them to guard Thomas at the bridge that he might know the fate of his murdered guards. So now we have to do, what's it called? Report to Thomas. So we have discovered Rolf's fate, and now we will also do a report to Thomas. Pick that bad boy up. We're just blasting through the quests right now. My latest concern is that we are going to have blasted through these quests so fast, but I'm thinking it'll pick up later. These are quick to do. But my concern was that, oh man, we're going to do all this stuff, and I'm not going to be caught up with what I do offline. So I'm gonna try my best to deal with that. I think I'll be able to. There's another bear right there. So this is good. Like I did, I think I only was able to do maybe 4 quests today before I came on here. We got a long bow staff. That's cool. Actually, stabs can be, that's 4.2 DPS. Not as good as our sword, but stabs can be a nice source of DPS, especially if you find a nice blue one. You gotta just take what you can get when you're a low-level warrior. Or paladin, I guess. So right now, I just learned whatever we could learn, but we may eventually need to branch out. Although I think if I stay on top of my blacksmithing, we'll probably be okay. What am I at? Okay, so we had 10 bar of copper. Now I'm up to 19. What did I say? I needed 36. So, and what about linen? I only have 4, and I think I said I needed 12. And I don't know what I'm going to need for the belts. I think, I want to say they take like 10 each, so that might be like 60 more belts. Alright, we still need 3 prowlers, 2 bears. So here's where things will get to be. There's another prowler. This is where I guess bears are honestly, because they're not, there's no place where there's like a concentration of bears on this map. So it's be a little tougher. Yeah, you know what? We were getting walloped in the beginning, but I think it was because our sword was so low. Alright. I guess you could fight cows and stuff to raise your sword if you don't want to do dummies. We need 2 prowlers and 2 bears now. So we are just cruising along, and then we're going to be able to turn all these in, bam, 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 all at once. Murloc, we don't need that. This is why I think sometimes I hunt prowlers up there, because there's a prowler. You just came to me. You didn't even need me to come to you. And look, a bear just spawned behind me. We're gonna go get him next. I love it. Okay, we're down to needing 1 prowler. And we will be only needing 1 bear after this kill. Don't kill the cow. The cow didn't do anything to us. Although we could get ourselves a nice farm-to-table meal here. I'm not a leather worker, so, you know, I don't want to not use all parts of the animal. Look, another bear, just like that. So we are going to be done with bears and just need 1 prowler. And I told us that we were going to be hunting bears at the end. I was wrong. That is a common refrain when I play World of Warcraft. The I was wrong refrain. Alright, so we just need a prowler. Can we prowl around and find 1 prowler? Yes, you can. I thought so. How Russia just went offline. That is someone in my guild. I have very few people because I have not been recruiting. Cared to more bears. I don't. There's no. Like I said, this is me not that kind of guild. I saw a prowler. Dante Prowler, wide receiver for the Elwynn Forest. I don't know, what would their mascot be? Alright, so in my D&D campaign, after you found the bodies in the Murloc camp, then you go back and the guards could give you some kind of mission, either to kill more Murlocs, to fight some bears. Just basically a kind of little... This would be less dungeon, but then he would also... he could also point you in the direction of the mines, and then you could have the closest thing that you'd get in this adventure, which would be doing the mines. We need to also go down here just to uncover the map all the way, because we're probably not coming back over to this part of the map. And then after you've done everything, then I feel like a final attack from the Westbrook garrison could be saying, hey, Hogger's on the way.
Greetings.
That deadline isn't getting any further away, Paladin. Please hurry and collect those bundles of wood.
Excellent. Thanks to you, I should be able to complete the order in time. To show my gratitude, I would like to offer some coin as compensation for your troubles. Thank you and farewell.
Thanks, because I only had like a silver. Alright, so we just did a bundle of trouble. We just got ourselves a bundle of trouble. And... this might not even be too much. Actually, completion. And then we also have over here, we can turn in red linen goods. I think one of these quests is like a voucher too. That's one thing I worry about, is that we're going to have to do a run back and forth, that there's going to be no way around it.
Need help?
I'm running low on linen, Contessa. Do you have any for me?
These are nice bandanas and a little rough. Here you are.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Give me these red linen goods. Where are they at? Okay. So that did give us a belt, but the belt is cloth 9. It's not as cool as ours, even though it does, if you look at it, it looks better. And then she also gave us a shirt. Now that, we have a squire shirt, but we can get a nice red shirt. Why not? Just a nice little splash of color there. And now we will go tell him that we've both protected the frontier and found his dead friends. And this will level us up to 10, and we'll finally start getting talents. Hooah! Look at us, we blasted through pretty much everything over here. And we're only halfway through the episode, so there is a good chance we're going to beat it all.
What are you looking for?
Not you, dude.
Go with honor, friend.
Oh, we got a fish, too. I know you were missing out. I know you were sad.
What can I do for you? Be careful.
Hey, lowly Contessa, have you discovered the fates of Rolf and
You have
Malachi?
confirmed my fears, adventurer. The Murlocs are a threat we cannot ignore. Tell Marshal Dugan of Malachi and Rolf's deaths, and report to him that the Murlocs in eastern Elwynn cannot be contained by our current troop presence. I know we don't have many troops to spare, but hopefully Dugan can find someone. Thanks a lot for the help, adventurer. Something in the forest must be making these animals so bold. Whatever it is, I hope it stays there.
Yeah, I think it maybe is those wizards out at that stone cairn. Alright, so we have turned in, protect the frontier, and report to Thomas. And then we are also picking up deliver Thomas's report. Alright, so protect the frontier we finished. And we are also turning in report to Thomas. And then over here, that gives us this done, this done, this done. See, he gives us that and protect the frontier. So we're going to do deliver Thomas's report. So here, that's my scary thing is, if you look right here, we have this cloth and leather armor. I think the dude tells us to come right back here. So we're going to have to... First, let's look at our talents. Actually, you know what? We'll do that as we run. But we can, on the for real fish. I know that you missed it. But 5 points is all we need because we are at 45. This will actually, we're level 10 and we're at 50. This will allow us to indulge and buy journeyman fishing, but I don't know if we have the money. think that costs 10 silver. So we have done essentially what you're supposed to do, which is get to level 10 before you move into one of the other zones, and we still have a little bit to do. So we'll probably be kind of close to level 11, which is all good, but we can now start getting into our spec other than just raising levels, and we can learn some skills. Yeah, so actually we're going to learn our skills before I worry about fishing, because we technically have until 15 before we've got to pull that trigger. Water too shallow, huh? You're too shallow. Yeah, so I know I originally said I wanted to try to make a reading one, but if I'm going to cut one out, I'm not going to cut one of these out because we are behind, and I do feel bad for my longtime viewers that we're rehashing territory. Kazi pointed out in the comments too that we have we just got to make sure we talk about all the class quests. We will do that, but I'm going to do basically like the greatest common denominator or whatever, greatest common level. So I'll wait, like, when we roll the horde character, and then each time we're doing our fishing, we'll look and check all the spreadsheets, because I finished all the class ones at this point, and now I'm working on the professions. And the professions are going to be much easier than the class quests were. Alright, there we go. We're done fishing. Not too painful. And now we're going to do this annoying walk back and forth. So we're walking back to Goldshire. Actually, let's do this that I said first. Let's clear this little spot in the map. There and back. I really don't think anything else happens because of it. I think it's like a voucher. This quest is like, he gives you a voucher. He's like, oh, you've done a good job. Now go walk back there and turn in this voucher. I don't know why this dude couldn't give us the voucher. Annoying piece of cabbage. We got lucky with all these bags. On my mage character, who's the Alliance version of this, I didn't get the bags, but he's a tailor. But what I did get was some dude, when I was in my early questing like this, some dude was standing outside of Goldshire giving out, he had just gotten his epic mount, and he was so happy that he was giving out stacks of, he was just giving 5 gold to anyone who was walking the road between any low levels that were between Elwynn and Goldshire. And that has been like my nest egg. I've been using that, it's allowed me to dip into it, and, you know, every now and then, basically I can look at that and think to myself, like, if I'm below 5 gold, then I'm dipping into his money. And I've had to do it from time to time. And if I'm above 5 gold, then that's fine. So it kind of gives me this flexibility. There you go, Ridgepoint Tower. So I don't know what the point of that tower is. I know Defius are all over the thing. But we now have explored everything minus these little areas right here. This is the Hogger kind of area, but there's also, I think, like a little farm right there. Oh my gosh, so yesterday, there's a quest that you can do it anywhere, but we will do it in Westfall. It's called Cluck. So it's a Easter egg kind of quest that allows you to get a pet chicken. You can technically get this chicken as a horde character, but it's a pain in the butt. But I wasn't sure. There's all kinds of conflicting evidence about whether or not you could do the quest as a horde. Let me tell you right now, you cannot. You can cheat the system to get the required materials that you would otherwise need on the quest. I did that. I spent about 3 hours trying to do it yesterday. This Elders of Warcraft. That's cool. Kitty Kitty. I think Kitty Kitty was actually one of the ones that signed my initial guild thing. I have 10 members. It takes 10 to sign, but some of mine are now alts. So basically, the people that have quit the guild, because fun-sized, myself, Dadgar, Kara, Maleficent. So those 5. So 5 of the 10 are me and my wife. So that means the other 5 are 5 of the initial 9 that signed my guild charter. That means 4 have quit, which is fine. Doesn't hurt my feelings. They were nice to sign it in the first place. Now we're gonna make a horde one soon. I do have a horde name that I've picked up. I like it. If it's in the same vein as being kind of irreverent with this, I look fat in this guild. Oh yeah, we were gonna look at talents too. Let's look at that. So let's see. What I like to do is check and see classic Rat Pally talents, and then I want to look and see if the leveling guide, if we're lucky, the leveling guide matches up. It doesn't all the time, but like for feral druids, for instance, it does. Dang it.
Good neighbor.
No, get off of that. Why wouldn't it let me X out? It's like falling right on the Arnold Schwarzenegger ad. Good neighbor. Okay, let me refresh. All right. Okay, so we have Paladin leveling guide. So we'll kind of look and see the difference. Ooh, there's some copper down there. Between the two. So we are Retribution. So that's it. I want to look and see, is there a difference? That definitely expanded. Come here, punk. Two-handed swords just leveled up. Great. Yeah, at level 10, I'm not that good. Yeah. But yeah, if we're lucky, there will be some kind of dovetail. Some people like to rush. Really the only two schools of thought with the Rat Palais are: should you rush to get Consecrate versus should you rush to get Crusader. On Erator, we did Crusader. I feel like that worked out pretty well for us. But let's see here. So this winds up. Let's compare the two builds. So right off the bat, I noticed one difference. This has on the Benediction tree, this has only 4, whereas leveling has all 5. Okay, this does the end build for deflection. The end game one does not include deflection. Leveling has deflection instead of the improved Crusader aura, which I prefer the Crusader aura. Let's go ahead and deliver Thomas's report.
This news is troubling. Already our defenses are stretched thin, and losing Rolf and Malachi to those Murlocs put us in an even worse position. If things don't improve, there will be fighting in Goldshire by the week's end. For your shrewdness and valor, I have a marker here that is good for 1 piece of armor. I want you to take it to Sarah Timberlane at the Eastvale logging camp. Give her the marker, and she will fashion the armor for you. And after you receive it, adventurer, use it in the defense of Elwynn. The Eastvale logging camp is beyond Guard Thomas's post to the east.
Alright, so it's kind of dumb that they send us out here like we don't know. We would have had to have been out here at the camp. But just in case you didn't go to the camp. This armor marker is good for 1 piece of leather or cloth armor. Redeemable at the Timberland household within the Eastvale logging camp. Useless to us. Couple silver. Alright, so... So right there we have another disagreement. Now, so here's where I like the extra point of benediction, but I don't care as much about deflection. I like the seal of the Crusader. Now I actually kind of like that. Okay, they have Crusader and then basically those. That's a match. Skipping everything in that tier, I agree. If you look at that tier, that's Ret Aura, which you should pretty much never be using. An eye for an eye. It's never worth the points you put into it. And then they both are requiring two-handed weapon spec and Sanctity Aura. So that's going to increase your DPS. And then they both, yeah, so that's pretty much all the same. This build is spending 7 more points. Actually, yeah, because they only do 1 there. This build is spending 3 extra points. in the retribution tree. Okay. And then let's see what else do we have. They have 16 points in the holy tree. There's only 11. So a lot of these points, they have 8 on protection. And they have none. So 35. I hate the ads. I think they're intentionally getting worse on the ads because now that they offer Icy Veins is offering, and so is Wowhead, ad-free subscription models. I feel like they're just being obnoxious with the ads lately. All right, so Classic Rat says, okay, also buff your protection to give yourself 3 more points chance to hit. Whereas the leveling build says screw all that. Now, if you want to be best in slot or whatever, if you want to be meta, you need the chance to hit. That's the reason why people do that. Look at this. Bounty on Murlocs is now opened up. So that's another thing. I guess they send... Either that didn't open up yet, or we missed that before, or it doesn't open up until you turn in the report, but we do. We have another quest now. Okay.
The Stormwind Army has placed a bounty on Murloc lurkers and foragers in Elwynn. Slaughter them and bring me their torn Murloc fins, and the Stormwind Army will reward you well. The Murlocs have built a village at Stone Cairn Lake north of here, and another to the south where the stream forks.
Light bless you.
Okay, so let's go to our spreadsheet real quick. We have finished this delivering the report, and we just picked up finished it off. Picked up cloth and leather armor and the bounty on Murlocs. So 2 more here. Boom, boom. And now we're going to go turn this one in too. Okay, so that, at least that gives us one reason to be back out here. And notice that didn't appear until we turned that one in. So I wonder if that's like a prerequisite for the quest. So at least that gives us something to do while we're out here. We can't even pause it either, or mute it, or anything. It's just obnoxious. So, other than that, I'm sorry that's so annoying. Maybe I can actually reload this one, and we won't get that same ad. It's the music that's killing me.
Well met.
I've been commissioned by the Stormwind Army to supply their people with cloth and leather armor. If you have a marker for me, then I'd be happy to make you something.
Thank you for the marker. Please feel free to pick your choice of armor. Luck to you, brave adventurer, and may this armor serve you well.
Sarah, I appreciate you giving me that, even though you were told to by the government. But I do wish I guess I had to come out here and kill Murloc, so it's a way to get you back out here. I want to come sell to this mower here, sell and repair some of these goods.
I supply only the finest goods.
I don't think I need to... Oh, no. I can still cook this fish. I forgot I'm still in a state of really needing to cook.
See you later.
Let's do that. Let's do that, man. I forgot. So that's good. That's actually 8 more points. We'll be up to 25 cooking. Good. I'm going to sell those. I have 1 cheese. I mean, if it's not for well-fed, I truly don't care. Shiny seashell. Alright, so we're up to 25 cooking. That's good. We actually probably can learn some new recipes in the...
Hey there. You need something?
Alright, so 7 copper, but then let's sell... Ooh, silver for that staff. That's good. Sell that. We can sell the belt. Shiny seashells. Extra shirt for a copper. Saving up my linen right now. I got some backup potions now. Okay. Alright, good.
Have a good one.
Alright, before we start killing these Murlocs, though. So, yeah, if you look at the... Either way, they like the Divine Strength. That is... Yeah, so they work their way into Consecration. The difference here in the leveling guild, they suggest picking up improved lay on hands. I guess that does help in your leveling. Improved holy light, so that will help you with your healing. And they suggest you go with seal of righteousness improvement, which that is not worth the improvement because it's going to become defunct. So I see why in the end we don't mess with it. And if you click this red, yeah, it's useless. All right, so certain things, if you actually look from 10 to 20 here, they suggest you going down this tree first. The only difference for us would be, see, they want you to get all the benediction to come with the mana progression. And then the improved seal. So they're all about mana dependence. And then working your way to get that Crusader as fast as possible. So we're going to skip that. We're just going to look at the regular ret build, and we can decide here now. Intellect, which is going to increase our overall mana pool. Oh, wrong one. So benediction will essentially make our things cheaper, whereas blessing of might will increase our overall attack power. So do we want our smites and seals to be cheaper, meaning we can use them more often? Or do we want to do more damage? Because we should always have the Blessing of Might up. Now, it's 4%. My guess is it'll ultimately raise it to 20. So right now, 20% of Blessing of Might's only 4. So it's a very, very minimal attack power increase. That's my only thing. My attack power is 72, 5.1 DPS. So if you, that means for every every 15 points of attack power, you're gaining a damage. So even if at all 5 points at the full 20, this is going to be a couple DPS extra. So benediction might be better in the long run, even though we only want 4 of it. So that's what's kind of a little bit off, because we will eventually pick both of these. The melee attack power bonus of your Seal of the Crusader and the holy damage increase of your Judgment, which is all we really care about. By how much? 5%. So it's 5% of the bonus. I think that the cooldown of your Judgment, that one we definitely want. I guess that's why these are synergistic with each other. So if we want 4 points of that, and then that will help us feed the repeated judgments over and over. And then we can work on the Blessing of Might instead. Okay, so we will do this. We'll reduce our mana cost, because I think in the long run that will work out to a little bit better DPS. The Blessing of Might is something that we'll get like when we have extra, just because overall, bang for the buck, it's not that much extra DPS. Just a smidge. Oh, look, it's a mama deer and a baby deer. All right, so I think we'll finish this off, but I don't know. We're probably not going to have time to do Hogger. We'll probably have time to do this, and then bop over to the Westbrook Garrison. So what do we just need? Oh, we just need to kill any Murlocs because we need Torn Murloc fins. Okay. And now my things cost, what is it? 3% less mana when I cast them.
It's too far away.
Pulling 3. Okay. We're gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Okay. Got 1 down. Try to pull off a heal. See if I can do it. It's just so they add so much time when you hit those guys. Okay, now I only have 1 slowing me down. Barely got him off. Okay. And now we've debuffed him. I'm spending all my mana on this. It's gonna be close. He just used a potion, so I'm gonna heal. Should have done it the second he started healing. I should have started healing. We got a fin. Whew. Okay, I'm going to drink one of my waters because I used all my stuff on that one. I think I just jumped over my head. Pink panties, Gandamore. Oh, he's using one of his stone. Oh, you know what? We can use sharpened stones now that I have a sword. That's good to know. Although I need grinding stones. Okay. Alright, let's continue this. A second. Do we hear any? Okay. But we killed those 3 dudes and we only got 1 Murloc fin, so... Come on. That's going to contribute to our overall decrease. Dang it, I shouldn't have done that one. Got a second one. Me likey. There's a guy out there in the water. Anyone want to come kill Hogger? Not tonight, buddy. We're not going to have time to kill Hogger tonight. And we're on the complete other side of the map. But otherwise... Oh, I did it again. I wasted my mana again. Shiny seashells. Oh, there's a chest in there. And remember, the reason why we need chests is because the leather that you can potentially get. The bolts of wool cloth, stuff like that, but the leather is very useful in blacksmithing. We did not get any. We got some cheese. The malachite, sure, the stones. Those are useful also. But more than anything, it's getting free things that you would otherwise have to beg people for or ask from the auction house. And I typically don't like to ask from the auction house. Alright, we're up to 3. Yeah. Come here, buddy. Weird. Now, yeah, that I think does actually maybe center... No. I stopped you from drinking your potion. Okay, I see these 2 guys right here. Uh-oh, no, there's 3. No stones. Here we go, here's one. This is a dangerous way, like if I was playing hardcore or something like that, I would never... I'd be too scared to do this. I'm just standing right in the middle of their camp. They're notorious for respawn... Oh, you jerk. For respawning like demons. There's one coming right behind me already. Okay. Oh, look, this guy's gonna heal me. What a nice... Look at this people. Look at these people. Alright, so I told him, I think the rock. Oh, I guess we can. It does look like there's a continued Murloc presence all up and down here. I don't want to go too far because we're already halfway through and we obviously had a pretty good run of it so far. Alright, we only need 3 more. Yeah, and so we're pretty much done. Next episode we'll be moving on. We'll create our Horde character together. And, thanks. I'm gonna try to help this guy out by killing that one.
I need to get closer.
Oh, they're evading. What's this guy's name? Gandamir.
I'm out of range.
Alrighty. I didn't pull multiple spies there. Normally they kind of chain together. Dead. Oh, we have a slither skin mackerel out of that. I did pull. I wasn't sure. I saw that guy coming over and I was like, nah. I'm gonna pull that one. Oh, I pulled 2. I just don't want to pull that 3rd. I'll be okay if I don't pull a 3rd. Okay. Now, I just have to make sure that I don't, like, walk into a wolf or something or bear. Now, if he starts using a potion, I'll have to blow my stun. Yeah. Oh, he resisted my stun. What a jerk. You little stinker. Alright, did get 2 out of my final 3. Ah, that's exactly what I was worried about, but at least it happened after I got my heal off. My defensive skill is raising slowly but surely. Thanks, you stinker. Alright, so we need one more turn Murloc mate. Just one more. There's 2 guys right there. I don't want to... Not when my mana is so low, I don't want to pull both. That guy just lurking. There you go, his friend walked away. Maybe you can... Maybe I can tear your fin off and get the last fin that I need. Dirty little Murloc. Now, from a Dungeons and Dragons perspective, it depends. Because, see, the one thing that's really kind of tying my hands is all of the people in my gaming group are not World of Warcraft players. They know of the game, they're familiar with it, but they don't love the idea that this is like potentially a World of Warcraft experience. So they are like... I'm kind of trying to hide it as much as I can. So, most things I can get away with. Like, no one's gonna know that, like, Rolf is the name of the character of the guard, you know? But, certain things like, say, calling a mob a Murloc, that is going to... be a dead giveaway. So I'm trying to avoid those dead giveaways, or like calling the main capital storm. I gotta see what I can get away with, and see how long I can kind of delay. There's a bear. Come on, I just want that one last fin. There we go, baby. And okay, so that's pretty cool. Now we'll make our run back. We're at time right now. So on the next episode it'll be fun because we'll get to have a little finale of the zone by killing Hogger. We'll make our new Horde character, and then we'll begin with the Mulgore quest. Mulgore is a different experience for sure. In my opinion, it's a little bit longer to complete than Elwynn is. Even though it's kind of a boohickey skill, I think I'm going to go leatherworking because it's an easy one to level. And it's also, like, from a lore perspective, it's kind of good for Horde characters to complete. I mean, for Torin to do leatherworking. How goes the hunting, Lee Contessa?
You have the fins?
I don't know why I keep going southern.
Marshal Dugan is anxious about the Murloc situation in Eastern Elwynn, and I'd like to tell him that it's becoming under control. Your actions have helped realize that.
Alright, so we did that. That club is not useful for us because we're not going to be tanking on this. All these shiny seashells we can sell. Oh, I never learned my new skills. So, as we pass through Goldshire, we did the talent, which gave me that 3% increase, and we'll continue that. I guess we're only going to do 4 points. That's one thing I gotta be very careful about. Because where will I steal that other point from? I'll have to lose it from somewhere else. Like, I guess maybe an improved Seal of the Crusader. Like, if I accidentally give one to Benediction, 5 instead of 4. So what I'll do is do 4 points, and then I have to give 1 to Blessing of Might to give me a little bump there. Open up the next tier. Then I'll be giving 2 to my improved Seal of Judgment, and then giving 3 to my Seal of the Crusader. Which will then open up the next tier, which is good, because then right off the bat we'll get Seal of Command, which additional holy damage, so it does synergize with the Crusader, and it also gives you this like nice execute if you pair it with a stun. It's not really an execute, but you get it. Then Pursuit of Justice is dope because it just gives you the passive movement upgrade. That gives us 3 points. And then we'll start with Conviction, which is increased chance of crit. So that's great. We'll give 2 points there. We're skipping those runs, so then we give a whole 3 more points there. That would allow us to back up, give 2 more points into Blessing of Might. So we're still having 2 extra points. We'll come into this tier. We give Sanctity Aura and the 2-handed weapons back. So that gives us 1 extra point in Blessing of Might. Then we open up all 5 Vengeance, 1 Repentance. And then maybe for S's and G's, we just finish out Blessing of Might. I don't care about the end game extra chance to hit. So I would imagine that then we move on towards, I might even not even, yeah, I don't know. Then we might skip the extra once we get Repentance, which is a weird one to work up towards because it's basically a stun. You're gaining a second stun. Only works against humanoids. Yeah, it's kind of a weird lane thing. Alright, so first let's sell. We'll learn our skills as we continue. Oh, you know what? We gotta actually do this. We just did bounty on Murlocs. Yeah, cool. And then we're gonna be doing, let's go over here and add this. We did that. Oh, we have to get the collector still. And that opens up Manhunt. So we have to do that next time too. So we're going to pick up Westbrook Garrison Needs Help and the Riverpaw No Bounty into Hogger. But before we do these breadcrumbs, we also need Collector and Manhunt. So we'll have to see how long. That's a drop. So we'll mess with that next time. Actually, I don't. Maybe we'll start with that. Because I kind of want to save the bounty and Hogger all for one go. So we actually need to do the collector and manhunt next. Okay, but I don't want to forget to do. I'm not going to mess with the blacksmithing per se right now. We can sell some of the. I guess I'll save my cheese for now. All right, so we do have a decent little amount of stuff we're saving. But
Careful.
I won't do it, guys, but I do want to do this because I'm afraid I'll forget.
What can I can tell just by the way you're standing that you're no warrior.
Oh.
Why don't you go do something safe, like read a
At
book?
12. May the light protect you this day.
Most classes have a class quest chain at 10, but paladins have to wait till 12. So we will gain lay on hands. Great, that's a fantastic get out of jail free. It gives you trade all your remaining mana, even if it's 0, in for a kind of like a weird nebulous thing. Like it's technically a heal. Oh yeah, we got to be careful. It's because it has a 1 hour cooldown, so it's a really
protect you this
like
day.
a get out of jail free card. Upgrade righteousness, so that's good because this is our main one right now. Unleash it. See, right now we unleash for 25. This only unleashes for 25 to 27. 2 additional holy damage. Says 2 to 8. See, I think it's because we actually have to equip it because it's based on weapon. Yeah. Really, it doesn't barely more. That's kind of lame.
May the light protect you this day.
No other holy. And protection, we gain blessing and protection. So this is the exact same thing as the
Go with honor, friend.
divine protection. The only difference is that you can also cast it on peers, like other people, whereas
May the
divine
light
protection
protect you
is
this
self
day.
only. So it's just, but it gives you basically 2 because they each have a 5-minute cooldown. So basically, it gives you 2 bubbles you can rotate when we're Okay, we also gained Protection Aura 2. This is 160. Currently, we're rocking 55, so that's pretty good. It more than doubles. More than doubles our armor, almost triples it.
May the
so
light
that's
protect
pretty
you
good
this day.
from that buff, not overall. And then no retribution skills happen at 10. So
Careful.
we slightly improved barely our Seal of Righteousness. We gained a couple more get out of jail frees, which are great. And our armor went up. None's too shabby. Alright, I'm going to leave us.
What are you looking for?
No, I'll go in so we can collect. We can spend a day collecting rested XP in the inn here. Alright, so we got another episode in the pipe, 5x5. You know, as always, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, for tuning in. And I'll see you all next time on Lore of Warcraft. Little homegirl can wave goodbye. Bye. Oops, I spelled wave wrong. See ya.